Hey, real quick question. When you see red, are you actually seeing the same red I see? And if we both agree it's red, how the hell would we ever know if it's the same red? Let's get weird. So picture this. You and your buddy are chilling at a cafe. You both order the same drink, same glass, same lighting, same everything. You go, yo, this looks kind of maroon. And your friend goes, dude, this is more like brownish purple. You both pause. You squint at the drink, debate for a second, then you both shrug and go, whatever, and just drink it. But that weird little moment, that's a crack in the matrix. What if the entire world of color that you experience is totally different from someone else's and you'd never know? Let's break your brain a little. Part 1. What even is color? Alright, so here's the real deal. Color isn't a thing in the world. Like, you can't walk outside and pick up some red. Color is your brain's interpretation of electromagnetic radiation. Yeah, I know, sounds nerdy. But here's what that actually means. Light waves come in different lengths. Your eyes pick up the ones between 400 and 700 nanometers, aka the visible spectrum. 450 nanometers, your brain calls that blue. 530? Green. 650? Red. But here's the twist. Light has no color. It's just energy. Your eyeballs detect that energy, and then your brain paints it with something called red or blue, or that weird grayish beige from grandma's carpet. So when you say, that apple is red, you're not describing the apple. You're describing what your brain thinks is happening based on a bunch of electrical signals. Kinda wild, right? Part 2. Eyes are filters. So how does your brain get those signals? Enter your eye's little superheroes, cone cells. You've got 3 types of cones in your retina. One that reacts to short wavelengths, blue, one for medium wavelengths, green, and one for long wavelengths, red. But here's the kicker. Not everyone's cones are built the same. Some people's red cones are more sensitive. Others might have way more green cones. Some people literally can't tell the difference between red and green. Hello, colorblind homies. And then there's tetrachromats, mostly women, who have 4 types of cones. That's right. While the rest of us are like, that's blue, they're like, actually that's blue with a touch of regret and a whisper of sadness. Which means your red might not be their red, and their blue might be something you'll never even imagine. Fun fact, here's something that'll melt your brain. In an experiment, a tribe in Namibia called the Himba couldn't distinguish blue from green. Like, couldn't tell them apart at all. But they could easily spot tiny differences in shades of green that looked identical to Westerners. Why? Because their language doesn't have a separate word for blue. Their brains literally process color differently because of words. Yep. Language can change how you see the world. Not just what you call things, what you actually see. So if your brain doesn't have a label for it, you might not even notice it. Let that one sink in. Part 3. Color is a lie your brain agrees on. Now let's talk about color constancy. Ever notice how a white t-shirt still looks white whether you're under bright sunlight or in a yellow-lit bathroom? That's not physics. That's your brain doing some mental Photoshop. It adjusts colors based on context and lighting. It's like having an Instagram filter permanently running in your head, but you don't control it. There's a famous illusion where 2 tiles on a checkerboard, A and B, look like totally different colors, but they're actually the same exact shade of gray. Your brain just edits it because it thinks one is in shadow and the other is in light. So basically, your brain lies to you, constantly, but with good intentions. Part 4. Cameras versus humans. Let's say we ditch the meat brain for a second and go full robot. Do cameras see color more accurately? Short answer, no. Cameras just record data. Like, this pixel is 25500. That's bright red. But cameras don't see red. They don't feel red. They just spit out numbers. Same thing with AI. Your self-driving Tesla doesn't slam the brakes because it's emotionally moved by a red stop sign. It stops because a computer said, this pattern of shape and contrast matches the thing labeled stop. For AI, red is just data. For us, it's danger, it's romance. It's Target's whole marketing strategy. Here's a cool way to think about it. Color is like the icons on your phone. You tap a little trash can icon to delete something, but the icon isn't the actual code, it's just a shortcut your brain understands. Same with color. You see red and your brain's like, alright, something hot or angry or spicy. Or maybe I shouldn't touch that. Color helps you make snap decisions. It's not about accuracy, it's about survival. Well, unless you're picking paint for your apartment. Then it's about judgment. And just so you know, color can totally mess with your head. Marketing people manipulate color all the time. Red makes food look tastier. Green makes products seem natural, even if they're pure chemicals. Blue makes tech look clean and modern. Even your mood changes based on lighting. Blue light can help you focus. Red light might increase your heart rate. That soft yellow filter on your phone at night? That's not just for vibes. It actually helps your brain wind down. We're all being color hacked every single day, and we barely notice it. So, back to the question. Is your red the same as my red? We'll probably never know. You might be seeing something I'd call green, but we both learned to call it red. So we agree, even if our realities are completely different. And here's the trippy part. That applies to more than just color. What if happiness feels different in your head than in mine? What if my pain is your meh? What if everything we experience is just private? We live in separate realities, held together by shared words and vibes. Wild. At the end of the day, color isn't truth. It's a useful illusion, a tool your brain made up so you don't have to spend 10 minutes deciding if that fruit is ripe or if you should cross the street. But the fact that we can all agree on it, even if we experience it differently, that's kind of beautiful. We're all walking around in our own custom versions of reality, but somehow we still manage to function together, like multiplayer mode with bad graphics and no patch notes. Now I'm curious, do you think your red is the same as mine? Let me know what you thought you knew about color before this video messed you up. And hey, if this got you thinking, confused, or just kind of mad at your eyeballs, go ahead and hit that like button. Stick around, subscribe. If not, it's okay. Feel free.